Well, you don't have to look at me tonight. Well, it's not night yet. There's still a little sunshine out there. But I'm facing the window way down the other end. This is experimental. Don't expect miracles, or it will be a miracle if I can get through this video. I'm holding it in my hands. It's heavy and it's going to be shaky. But I promised you a video about my Demetes tea sets. Actually, I had more than I thought I had. So I'm going to go around the table. I'm going to describe these things to you. I hope you don't get dizzy from the motion of me holding this camera, because it's not easy, but we're going to give it a stab, and I think I can get enough that you can see what I have in the way of tea sets. Now, anything you see on the floor, ignore, because there are boxes and boxes and tubs and this and that I pull things out of, and I can't get them out of the way in order to do my video. So I'm getting up out of my chair now, and I'm going to the very first corner. This table right here, whoops. This is one of my Tuscan Demetes tea sets. I had 12 pieces. You can see how the little cups are circled around the dish. I love to do that. It just makes the prettiest decoration, makes a very good centerpiece. Now you see the saucers, you see the little serving plates, which are about the size of bread and butter plate. And in the center is a little bowl that keeps the cups separated, and I filled it with strawberries for a little extra added color. I love this set. I had them hanging on the wall over here. These shelves right here, I had them all hanging there at one time. And I raised my elbow, hit the shelf, and they fell to the floor. I lost a few little plates. I can't remember. I think I just lost one cup. These are the kinds of things that make you cry when you love your collections like this. This just did not start out as a collection of Demetes cups and saucers. It's just one little thing at a time. You buy it because you like it. You think, oh, that's so cute. That's so pretty. It looks so pretty on my table, in my cabinet, what have you. So now this is the first set that you're looking at. It was a 12-piece set. It's got now 11 cups, and it's got 3 or 4 broken plates and saucers. But that's okay. I can live with that. Now next to it is a tiny, this is not old, but it works well when you're doing a tea service. If you want sugar water, you mix it, get the water hot, and let the sugar melt in it. And if you need sugar in your tea, you've got it in that tiny little teapot. On over. I bought this about 40 some years ago from my friend in Corbin. She had the nicest boutique shop. I could not go in her store without buying something. So this is one that I bought. It only has 2 place settings, 2 cups, 2 saucers, 2 salad plates. You see the little, I guess you call them butter pats. the teapot, cream and sugar. Like I said, I think it was about 40 years ago when I bought it. Oh, I've always treasured it. Below that is a little dish I bought at an auction a few months ago. And I bought it because I needed something that had the wine red, to go with my dishes, the ones I just showed you on the wall. I needed some red. So that's what I've got, and those are little cheese things just for added touch. You see, I've got a folded small table cover. I just folded it over as a background so the dishes would show up. All right, on over. This is H.Laughlin. I cannot remember where I bought this. Ordinarily, I can tell you where I bought something, how much I paid for it. But for some reason, I don't remember. This is a 5-place setting. Cups and saucers, that's all I have. And at one time I gave them to Jan. I said, sell these, I don't need them. Well, she hadn't sold them, and I was in her shop the other day, and I said, you know, I think I want those dishes back. I really like them, and I'm getting a collection of Demitasse cups and saucers, so I want to keep those. All right. Right behind that is, well, you might call it a butter dish, which is actually what it is, but I've got my little teaspoons for serving tea and what have you. This butter dish once belonged to a movie actress. You'll recognize her name if you're as old as I am. She was one of my favorites, Greer Garson. This was given to me as a gift, and it just glistens when you get it in the right lighting. It's a beautiful, beautiful butter dish. Behind that, oh, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen. I got this at Home Good, but I have to show it to you. I'm going to hold it up. See the flowers on it? They go all the way around the teapot. And what you see inside would be sugar water. That's to add to your tea if you need it. This is something that I'd like to have a whole set of 12. But I don't want them all just alike. I want each one to be different. This is another Home Good thing. You'll recognize what it is as I take it apart. Here's your teapot. See? Got the lid. Now let me pick up the next piece. Something inside the cup. I don't know what it is. Doesn't matter. Here's your cup. And then you've got the saucer. Okay, I'm going to put those back together. Leave them be. I hope you're enjoying this because I went to a lot of trouble. I've been dragging things out and looking and trying to find the right pieces all afternoon. This teapot you've seen before. I've got 2 of them. I decided you didn't need to see the other one. The other one is larger. This is one of those teapots I wanted for years and years and years. Let me get my camera on it now. It has its own cozy. Let me show how it works. There's your cozy. It's lined, and you see where that comes down over the spout and over the handle. There's one for the spout, one for the handle. Got them backwards, I think. We'll see. Nope, goes the other way, I guess. Well, I may end up with it in the floor. We'll see. Okay, that put that back together. Want to get it out of the way. Scoot it back a little bit. Scoot this one back a little bit. And give me more room for my #1 teapot. I'm going to pull my chair out right now because my back is starting to hurt. I've been working a lot. So I want to sit, and I'll describe this one to you. In 1994, I was in England, Scotland, and Wales. Stayed in an old hotel in Wales that I think it was about 300 years old. It may not have been that much, it may have been more. It had the old mohair couches. They smelled. You could smell the mohair couches and chairs in burgundy, of course. That just seemed to be the color back in the old days. And this little hotel did not have an elevator. Now you can see my sister and me with 2 big pieces of luggage. We were having to, every morning and every night, we were having to carry our luggage in and out of the hotel as we traveled. So we had to walk up 3 flights of stairs, but that wasn't too bad because in those days we could do it okay. I'm not sure I could do it today, but after we spent the night there, I loved the chenille bedspread they had on the bed, and the window opened out to the left. And when you looked out the window, there was a river below. It was the River Dee. Can you imagine? I'm standing looking down over the River Dee. Oh, it was just beautiful. So anyway, the next morning, the first thing we wanted to do was a little walking up and down the main street. Weren't many main streets because it's a very small town. Llangollen, Wales is where I was. And we found us an antique shop. And this is what I bought. Take a close look. Well, you're seeing a mirror, almost. Let me get a little closer so that I can... Now you can see the design. See the flowers? That's platinum. That background is platinum. So this is the keepsake item I bought in Wales, Llangollen, Wales. And I take very good care of that because it holds a lot of memories. Up behind that is, without a doubt, the prettiest Demetas cup and saucer set I have ever seen. I bought these about 2 years ago at an estate sale. I have to get close. Have to get close. You've got to see the design. You see the beautiful little fruits around this cup? They're porcelain, so light and dainty. 12 place settings, cups and saucers. And I think they are the prettiest I've ever seen. They're sitting on my round Fostoria cake plate. That was the first piece of Fostoria I ever bought, and I paid $25 for it long time ago. Now below that is something I have to show you. This may not mean much to you, but when you're setting tables, these are things you want. See this little scarf? Well, let's see. I don't think I can get a good view of it. Okay, there's one. Underneath those are napkins. Napkins, napkins, napkins. There was a time when I used to say, oh, I would love to have some nice napkins. Finally, I got some Irish linen napkins. Now, you were going top notch. if you could set a table and have Irish linen napkins. Jan got this little towel, it's a tea towel, in a few days ago, and she said, do you want to take this home with you? Because it's got the rooster on it. I said, well, you just have the one. She said, take it because it doesn't have any others to match it. So there's my little rooster's head, which I just got recently, and it has been handmade. Now, something's on here that wasn't supposed to be, and I'll lay it aside. Okay. These are all napkins. Different patterns. Most of them are small napkins. I want you to see their little designs on the corners. And I don't know how many are on this plate, but I have 2 drawers full of napkins, plus 2 or 3 long, large tubs full of very nice napkins. Let's walk around the table. I'll let you see a view of it as we go. You're going to see more things in the center and on the other side. But I have to get around to them so that you can spot something that interests you. And I'll try to cover each piece as I go. Uh-oh. Oh, I hope I don't make any of you dizzy. Making me dizzy. Right here, you see the white? I don't want to knock something over. You see the white teapot with the little gold ring around it? You've seen that before too. That little teapot came off of the Queen Elizabeth II's ship. That's what they brought your coffee in every morning at breakfast. And I just loved those sets. And I wanted one so bad. And I thought, yeah, I'd say a lot of people slip those in their luggage when they leave the ship. But I didn't have the nerve to do it, so I didn't get one. Couple that we met on the ship and became good friends with for years, he happened to have the set. And when he found out that I wished I had the set, he gave me his. So that little teapot has 2 cups and saucers with it. The next one is, you'll recognize it, it's a copper tea leaf. That's what I got back about March at an auction. Beside it are the little butter pats. Oh, they're the cutest things ever was. Really nice. There was a time 40 years ago the copper tea leaf pattern was very expensive. Today you can hardly find it anywhere. Now here we go. These plates, the 2 little cups and saucers are Demitasse cups and saucers. They're the only ones I have, and I've never seen any since. I have a little, I don't know where I got that little box down below, but it has a little scripture verse on top, and it's from the book of Psalms. So anyway, I just laid that there and for added touch. Okay, that takes care of that. These are my Independence plates that I'm talking about here. Independence. That was my first and beginning of collecting antiques. Okay, Oh, there's one thing I wanted to show you next. You see this chair? Whoops, I gotta get back because I'm touching my dishes. I'll call attention to this first so I don't forget it. What you're looking at here is a pretty floral napkin folded and wrapped around the back of the chair. I just hate having to place napkins. They always just seem to be in the way to me when you're putting your silverware and your glasses and your cups and saucers. It's like, well, where do I put the napkin? It's in the way. Well, this time I decided I've got the answer. I'll just tie that napkin right around the back of the chair. There it is. And you can see I'm leaning it forward a little bit so you can see. And I thought, you know, that looked kind of cute. So that's where it's going to stay. Here we go. This is something I've wanted for as long as I have been collecting antiques. This is what is called Quimper ware. It is spelled Quimper, pronounced Quimper. I think it's French, as far as I know. But they had these dishes back in the around 1980, and they were expensive. They had them with backgrounds. They're very folk looking. See the little lady? There we go. The little lady. They have them with the men, and I believe these are all hand painted. Well, I always wanted some Quimper ware. Never could afford it. That's the Demitasse cup. Now let me show you the little tray. That's it right there. You're looking at it. Now you're looking at it. The cup set right there, and then you had a little snack or treat. I don't know what was supposed to be in the little tray. But that is the tray, and that is the cup, and they're brighter than they look in my video. And these have the white background. The Quimper ware that I always admired had a yellow background. But I wanted you to see these. Now, Jan found these at an estate sale. And that's the only pieces they had were the 4 cups and 4 little trays. So there's my collection, and probably will be all that I will ever have because it's very expensive. All right. I'm trying to remember where I got these, but they are so pretty and so fragile. Now the plate does not go with them. There's 8 of them. 8, 3, 6, 7, 8, yep. There are 8 sets, but the plate matches so well, and it makes it easy for me to do the circle of cups and saucers. Now the other thing, see, I didn't have enough to go all the way around, but what I did, I had some little napkin. Now I'm going to show you one. Just hang on there. I'm going to get a small one here. I can get it out where I can get my hands on it. They're little doilies. I've probably got a dozen or more of these in different sizes. You see that doily? All I did was fold it. Where's my hand? There we go. I folded it. folded it again. See how it's folded? And I placed them, lined them up on the back of the plate. There are your napkins with your Demitasse cups and saucers. I just think these are gorgeous. And I just can't remember where I bought them. So, let's see, we're getting on around. Look at there, there's Mr. Rooster. There are your tea. Let's see what this says, if I can see it. I can't read it too. It gives you the different, let's see what that says. English afternoon tea. See the little, isn't that pretty? Don't you love things like these? These are the kind, oh, isn't that cute? These are the kinds of things you like to give as gifts. That's one. Let's see what the little round one shows. See what we got right here. Oh, this looks like Peter Rabbit to me. Let's see if it tells. Okay. Earl Grey. This is Earl Grey. There we go. Look on the lid, I could have seen it. Peter Rabbit. There's the round one. And there's one more. Let's see what it says. It also says Peter Rabbit. Oh, that must be. There's your duck, there's your mouse, and there's the rabbits. So those are some of your tea, if you're having tea. Now this is something I want to show you because, see what it says? American Classic Tea, Charleston Tea Plantation. I probably had this 10 or 12 years. Never would open the box. Just couldn't make myself open the box because I wanted to keep it as a souvenir. Because my friend and I visited the Charleston Tea Plantation. And if you're ever in Charleston or near there or Seabrook Island, make a trip over to the tea plantation. They'll give you a tour of the gardens. They'll take you all the way through. And the last time I was there, we were on a little buggy, and the young man that was taking us around, that was the month of the year that they get the love bugs. Don't know if you know anything about love bugs, but don't go in September to the islands because they're everywhere. You can't get inside your villa or anything without them being on your hair and on your back and everything. And we had them crawling all over us as we toured the plantation near Charleston. Now these are some of my chickens. Those are all napkins underneath that little tray. But you see, let's see, there's a pair my friend Nina gave me for my birthday. And you see the big red pot, that goes with my tomato collection. And I said, oh, we need something bright and cheery with the chickens. So I got it down and placed it. Now there's another butter dish. I just turned the butter dish upside down and I filled it with tea bags. Those are Lipton tea bags. And they're the ones that are sweetened, just in case you're wondering. So you see the teeny tiny little chicken. They're so cute. Those are the kinds of things I like to collect because they don't take up much room. Now, this didn't have plans of being in the tea table, but I didn't have any place to put them. So I just lined them up on my credenza. That my couch is on the other side. My dining table is on the inside here. And you see the copper tea leaf teapot. It's a good looking teapot. Really like that. That flower arrangement was not arranged. It was just there, and I just poked at it a little bit, and it's all pink roses. But it turned out quite nice. And my fruit bowl was sitting there, no place to go, no place to set it. Sometimes they get set in the middle of the floor because I can't find any other place to put them. I'm going to walk around, back up a little bit. I really want you to get an overall look of everything on the table. And remember what you saw. And it will just, if you like to collect small things, this is something you could work on because you can get all kinds of cups and saucers, but you can't get all kinds of Demitasse cups and saucers. And even if you just collect one of a kind, start that collection. It'd be a great collection for a young granddaughter, one on her birthday. Give her one each year for her birthday, or maybe a whole set. That'd be even better. Yeah, I wish I'd had things like that when I was a teenager, but we didn't. My mother couldn't buy things like that. We couldn't afford the pretty things, and so we dealt with, well, she had the H.Laughlin dishes similar to the ones I've just showed you. Now, it seemed like there was something else here. Okay, I'll raise this up a little bit. I want you to see, there's my big rooster on one end with a couple of chickens. There's my fruit bowl, another white rooster, and the little blue and white teapot is not an old one. Those are my Fostoria candle holders. What have I got? There's my big bouquet of pink roses. They're kind of colorful. They look pretty good. And you can see the end of my couch. You'll see the stuff that's sitting here and sitting there and sitting in the floor and piled on a chair and all that sort of thing. But here's something I would like you to see. You see that's my Independence. See those big tureens? They are huge. There are batter pitchers, salt and pepper shakers. Those are just some of my side pieces to my independent dishes. So I hope you enjoy this. I'll try to hold this still for just a minute and let you see what's on the credenza. I'm going to move over to the middle. I love the chickens. Anything got chickens with it is pretty. I like the white dishes in the center. So these are a few of the things I collect. And by the way, this is not all my teapots. I got a whole lot more. Keep in mind, I didn't show you any of my Fiesta ware. So I got a lot of pieces of that too. But I just love this little bitty teapot there. And it's perfect for putting your sugar water in for your hot tea or for your iced tea. So keep these things in mind. Keep these ideas in mind. And even, see there that napkin wrapped around the back of the chair? I think that's a cute idea when you don't have enough room on your table. And can't keep the camera off my chickens. Love them, and if I had any place to put them, Jan saying, quit collecting, you got too much stuff. Well, she collects too, so it's like she's talking out of the back of her mouth when she starts telling me what not to do, because she does the same thing. But I like the idea of turning over the butter dish and putting your serving spoons in it, because that's all you need for tea are the little serving spoons for your stirring your hot tea and your sugar water in it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to sit down again and just take an overall look myself and see, make sure I didn't miss anything. Let me know what you think of my Demitasse cups and saucers display. Love to hear from you. Thank you.